some of which right now are actually functioning as temporary shelters in flood-affected areas. As we commemorate 75 years of relations between our two countries, today's announcement of $20 million in additional emergency funding is another mark of our longstanding commitment to the Pakistani people. We call on our friends and other donor governments around the world to join us in increasing their own commitments to help Pakistan rebuild and recover. Thank you so much, and I'm eager to take your questions.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to welcome you to Pakistan. And I just wanted to ask a simple question of what would be the role of USAID in distribution of the relief goods? And also, is there any plan in discussion of how to contribute or assist Pakistan in the rehabilitation process? Because relief process is going to be like for 1 month now, and after that, it's a long process of rehabilitation.
Could I just actually didn't hear the first, what will be USAID's role? I heard the second part of the question in?
In distribution.
Distribution, okay, thank you so much. So let me say that, I have to remember now, the DART, what date was the DART deployed? 1 week. So 1 week ago, we deployed our crack elite disaster relief team. It's called the DART, the Disaster Assistance Response Team. That team has been deployed. It has been expanding. It will continue to expand. It is a team that is backed up as well by an emergency team at headquarters in Washington, where a lot of additional coordination with donor governments, with NGOs on the ground, with United Nations agencies occurs. One of the things that DART does very well is enhance coordination on the ground, work with those organizations that have fanned out into the country, and more importantly, will fan out, because we know that the scale up really hasn't happened sufficiently yet, to identify what the priority needs are in particular communities. And one of the things I want to stress here today is that we have set up this air bridge very deliberately in Sindh province, in Sukkur, knowing that that is really an epicenter of the crisis, but also knowing that there is not a very extensive international or NGO presence on the ground in Sukkur and in Balochistan. And so that is where our air bridge will, we hope, catalyze the creation of a broader logistics hub to extend the reach into the affected communities. One of the things that the DART will do, and we have incredible Pakistani staff, team members who are part of this DART, as well as Americans who comprise the team, but they will fan out, and actually they will be monitoring distribution and offering oversight, because we know, of course, we've heard many of the concerns. There are concerns, will the aid get to the right people at the right time? Is the aid being properly prioritized? There's so many needs right now that determining, again, how to allocate what the right distribution of resources is between food needs, shelter needs, health needs, given the grave risk of waterborne diseases for those families that have remained in their home areas or that are wanting to go back. Most of the families I met with yesterday who are displaced are very, very eager to go home. And I did not get the impression that they're going to wait for the floodwaters to fully recede before they go home, creating, of course, significant health risks. So that DART team